Well, hello there. How are you today? It is Tuesday afternoon, and Tuesdays are supposed to be one of the most productive days of the week, so says Darren Daly. Normally, Tuesdays are a little bit more productive around here, but I felt like today I've had the strangest of interruptions. And I did try to be a little bit more productive, but it just wasn't the case. So it did start off a little bit weird, waking up to a crawfish in the pool, which is a little bizarre. Certainly never anticipated that one. A bear in the backyard, yes. Coyotes in the yard, yes. Maybe an odd turtle, frogs, lizards, crawfish in the pool. That one's going to go down in the books. So anyway, it was definitely a little bit odd. I actually went home after lunch to see if the crawfish was there. I did try to save it this morning, but those little suckers swim very fast. Just going to put that out there. And then at lunchtime, I was worried that maybe the pool vac had sucked him up. But good thing for the little guy, he's very fast. I think if the pool vac came a little bit too much closer, he would just shoot across to the other side because he did that in 0.2 seconds. So far he's alive. I might actually have to get in the pool and do a little crawfish rescue. Just imagine the Thailand soccer team being rescued, but Addie in the pool rescuing the crawfish. No scuba gear required, I hope. We'll see. Stay tuned for updates. So today is supposed to be the most productive day of the week, and Tuesdays is the opportunity for me to do my Timeout Tuesdays. I started that about, 6 or 7 months ago, where I just do 1 hour, door shut, and totally devoted to personal development. It's amazing what you can accomplish with 1 hour just in the week, focused on your business, stepping back, realigning things, getting some necessary tasks done, but 1 hour a week, Timeout Tuesday. And for me personally, it's a great day. Mondays are just chaotic. I don't know if it's just the real estate world, but Mondays are usually dealing with weekend offers, following up with showings, making sure we get feedback, just kind of, you feel at bat all day, as much as you try to be proactive, it's tough because you've got to kind of just recover from realtoring on the weekend. And it's definitely different. So Tuesdays have been the day. 1 hour personal development on Timeout Tuesdays. So today I was working on cleaning up old social media sites, which there's so many out there. We've got Reddit, we've got Blogster, we've got Google pages, we've got whatever. There's like a list of 30 different websites, and now we've got all of our realtor websites as well on top of that, all those social media feeds. And you got to go back and just kind of redo everything, make sure everything's current, change out profile photos, change out bios, make sure that they're engaging, all that other jazz. So that's what I did for my hour. I'm really excited because in 2 weeks on Tuesday, July 24th, we're doing headshots and happy hour. So I'm going to skip my Timeout Tuesday on that date, and we're going to host happy hour and headshots here in the office from 3 to 6. It's actually 3 hours of fun. So if you don't have a headshot and you need one and you're in the local area, stop by our office. We've got a photographer coming in. He's going to do a free headshot. It's unretouched. If you want to upgrade and pay for a package, you can. But I think everybody really needs a good headshot. We live in a Pinterest society, and if you don't have a great headshot and you're a professional, really stop in. Let us do it for free. We'd love to get to know you, meet you in person. But it'll be here at our office. If you want an invite, just let me know, inbox me, and I'll send you an invite. But it'll be in our Eustis office. Also coming up that same week, Summer Parental Rescue, also known as VBS. I noticed driving through downtown Mount Dora yesterday that the First United Methodist Church of Mount Dora has their summer VBS July 23rd through the 27th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And that's where my kids went. Now that they're a little bit older now, not too much older, but we just love the church. We still consider them our church family, even though we haven't gone to church in a long time. We're temporary heathens. I'm sure we'll recover from that eventually, but right now we're temporary heathens. But my kids actually came to visit me in the office today, both of them at different times. And my daughter is 19, and I remember today, after having a good long conversation with her, that being 19 kind of sucks. So I kind of commiserated with her for a few minutes about being 19. But I just was excited to have a little break from work to get to connect with both of them at different times for different reasons. Connor came in a little bit later after visiting his recruiter. He likes to check in with him about once a week. And we are 82 days left on his countdown before he ships out. So kind of soaking up every single minute that I have left with him. And I've been lucky enough. He doesn't have a full-time job right now, so he's been doing some work for me, which puts him in my office. And he's not necessarily overproductive all the time, but I'm just glad to spend a little extra time with him before he leaves, because I know when he leaves, he's probably not going to come back. If he does, it's just for leave dates, which is a good thing. It's just his time in life, but mom heart breaks just a little bit. So what I really wanted to talk to you about, now that I totally digressed, we had a couple instances last week, not just one, but several. And I'm so glad that it was timed. I got my Orlando Realtors magazine over the weekend. Orlando Realtors. Our office is members of 3 different realtor associations. We're members of Realtors Association of Lake and Sumter, Orlando Realtors, and Ocala Marion. So we are fortunate enough that we get information from kind of all 3 sides from us. And they reminded me in a moment of frustration, feeling frustrated with another realtor that was experiencing the same issue, realtors accessing lockboxes outside of what is instructed. And it is a problem. Apparently it's a rising problem in Orlando. And I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one that's experienced so much of it just in the last week, which was it was beyond frustrating, actually. But it's actually a violation of our code of ethics. Realtors do operate by a separate, higher standard than the law. We are trying to hold ourselves even more accountable. And so I just wanted to point out for all the realtors that we have in here, because I know we've got a bunch on my feed, which is great, but also to our consumer members, that it's not okay for realtors to be accessing your lockbox without permission. And when we put instructions in MLS, hopefully they're putting it in showing time, so it's completely and totally separate. I know my office has subscribed to upgraded showing time services to give our customers better service. But Article 3, Standards of Practice 3 through 9, says realtors shall not provide access to listed property on terms other than those established by the owner of the listing broker or the listing broker. That's really, really important. Our owners that are selling their home should feel secure in the showing environment. And if a realtor is accessing a lockbox outside of what's instructed in MLS, it's not okay. So make sure, if your house is listed and you're experiencing that, make sure to tell your realtor. And if you're a realtor and you're experiencing that, make sure you're talking to your broker. You can file a complaint. Nobody wants to see a bunch of complaints flowing around. Maybe the realtor isn't aware. One of our situations was a new realtor last week. He didn't know. And that's okay. We've got to show some grace and mercy on that. It's our job as senior realtors to educate our newer realtors, because in that department, they're overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed as a new agent. So they're not retaining all the information that's being thrown at them. So definitely want to offer some grace and mercy, educate the other realtor. We don't want to file a lot of complaints, but we also need to abide by our code of ethics. So either way, whether you're a realtor member or a consumer that has their house listed, just talk to each other. Let your realtor know that that's happening, so the realtor can work then to prevent it from happening in the future. That's pretty much all I got. We've got a busy night tonight and a busy week coming up. But I'm going to go, I think, check on the Crawfish and see if he's still alive. I did Google search the difference between a crawfish and a lobster. There's not a lot of difference. So I think that lobsters are bigger and crawfish are smaller. So as soon as I'm able to get that crawfish out of the pool, we'll determine whether or not it's a crawfish or a lobster. But my guess is that a bird dropped it on our screen, the screen enclosure, and after Irma, we have a couple holes in the top of the screen and it may have just dropped through. That's my guess. That or somebody's pulling a prank on me and put a damn crawfish in a pool. Either way, y'all have a good night. See ya.